I sure love how when I'm excited and ready to sit down and make a bunch of new videos for the new year, I get bronchitis for 2 weeks. That's great! Hey guys, welcome to the 2020 Crunchyroll Anime Awards. Today we're going to be taking a look at my top 10 anime of the past year, and at the end we have some special awards to give out. Now obviously this isn't going to take into account every show that came out this year. I've only seen so many, so there's definitely some great stuff I missed out on, but you know, tough shit. I'm no Jeff, okay? I can't watch everything. And of course, my opinion, you can disagree, yada yada, all that shit. Let's begin first with some honorable mentions. Something that almost made this list, very, very close, was Sarazanmai. This was an excellent show. It had great characters, great themes, amazing animation, some of the best of the year, and of course a killer soundtrack. It's only 11 episodes. I would definitely recommend this one if you missed it. O Maidens in Your Savage Season. This was one I really wanted to love. The first half of this show was so good, and while I didn't hate the last half, there were definitely a ton of frustrating elements, a lot of uncomfortable scenes, that a lot of which didn't really leave a good taste in my mouth, but nevertheless I would still recommend this one. It is a pretty good coming-of-age comedy. We Never Learn What the Fuck. It had a rushed, horrible anime original ending. What is this, 2006? I'm very grumpy with this. Very grumpy. Half of this manga is not going to be animated. God damn it. My Hero Academia, this one has been a bit underwhelming on the animation side. I mean, obviously they really picked it up recently with the climax of this arc. But, you know, I still think that this is a really solid arc, and the anime is doing a decent enough job with it. Yeah, I'll mention Demon Slayer, fuck it. Even though I didn't really find myself enjoying the story until, like, the very last few episodes of the season, this show is really commendable for its production value. It looks absolutely stunning. Very, very consistent animation throughout the whole 26 episodes, and I'm definitely looking forward to what comes next. I'll mention Fire Force. I didn't end up liking it. I know I said I would finish the season, but I ended up dropping it. I really couldn't bring myself to do it. But aesthetically, oh shit, this show looked absolutely amazing. I really wish the talent was put towards something else, but you know what, whatever. And I'll mention Dr. Stone for the opposite reasons. I really love the story of Dr. Stone, but my god, was this a lame adaptation. Not unwatchable, still did the job pretty well. I would read the manga instead, but you know, Dr. Stone's some good shit. Oh yes! Yes! The Quintessential Quintuplets is awesome. It is way better than it has any right to be. The premise just sounds so trash. It sounds so trash, but it's so good. Of course, a high school student has to tutor quintuplets. They all fall in love with each other. It's a great time. The characters here are just so fantastic. They're all so well defined, except you. There's a lot of great comedy and drama here. It has an amazing hook in the first episode, and it's just really endearing and a ton of fun. I ended up reading the entire manga for this thing. I like it so much. If you want an actual genuinely good harem series, this is the one right here. Fighting Jojo's Bizarre Adventure Golden Wind. Yes, please.
How in the fuck do you think that this is passable in any way?
This is actually my first time keeping up with the JoJo anime. I had always been manga only for JoJo, and I've got to say, these guys did a pretty damn good job with Part 5. I mean, Part 5 in general is one of my favorite parts. I love the story. I love its cast of characters. You're just traveling around Italy, fighting all these crime bosses. Oh, it's so good. It has those signature, like, insanely creative JoJo fights, amazing set pieces. The concepts are just so weird and crazy, and there's never a dull moment. I don't really think this one sticks the landing, but I mean, the journey is just so fantastic, I don't really care. JoJo has never really been the pinnacle of animation, but there were definitely some really, really good looking parts. So yeah, as a JoJo manga elitist, I have to say I was pretty happy with this. The Promised Neverland, baby. Oh yeah, so this year started off with The Promised Neverland, and man was it an awesome adaptation. The Gracefield arc is one of my favorite first arcs in manga history. It does everything almost perfectly. The story is fantastic and complex. The writing is so smart and detailed. Oh, and man, that suspense. It's so hard to match it. And the anime did a really damn good job with it. It used its pacing, its directing, its sound design to really bring this arc to life. I know it wasn't one-to-one. They did cut out a few things. There were a few like inner monologue, all according to Kaikaku stuff that was taken out. But I mean, everything else about this show was just so high quality that I find it very hard to complain. And it also finally gave us to see Phil fully animated. Oh man. It was the most wholesome show I've ever seen. It's so nice. It's so nice, man. Fruits Basket is full of lovable characters, an interesting story. It blends comedy and drama and tragedy so well. You know, some episodes you'll be laughing, some episodes you'll be close to tears. This is the second time Fruits Basket got an anime, and this is of course a full adaptation now, and it has an updated art style, which I really greatly prefer to the old art style and the manga art style. You really can't go wrong with it. I'd honestly recommend this to anyone. It ironically has some better action animation than a lot of action shows that came out this year. So yeah, amazing stuff, and I'm so excited for season 2. Astra Lost in Space. It's so underrated. Oh my god. More people need to read or watch Astra. It's such a goddamn good series. Now I did do a full review on it recently, but it's such like a fun space adventure with like an amazing cast of characters who all get such good development in such a short amount of time. It's really impressive. But this is a series that slowly evolves from a fun space adventure to something else entirely. And it's absolutely incredible. It's just such a well-crafted and executed science fiction series. And if you're a fan of the genre, I cannot recommend it enough. Now, this anime adaptation isn't entirely perfect, but at the end of the day, it does do a really commendable job. And if you're an anime-only type person, then yeah, you really can't go wrong with it. And after you do watch it, tell your friends about it, because holy shit, more people need to watch this one. I don't know if some of you know how big a deal this one is. When my channel first started, for a good like 2 years or so, I would review Attack on Titan chapters monthly. When I first started, the manga was at the beginning of this arc that was adapted in Season 3, Part 2. The arc was such a wild ride for me because every single chapter I was anticipating, I was analyzing, discussing, and then after so long, like 4 years or something, we finally got to see it in all its animated glory, and god damn did they knock it out of the park. This season really elevates Attack on Titan. A lot of people liked it before, but this is when people like really start to love Attack on Titan. The action is top notch. It's bigger than it's ever been. They execute just the sheer scope of this season so well, and all the huge fights were really well done. But it's really the story in this one, the last final episodes when just so much comes to light, and it really just elevates the entire series as a whole, to the point where Attack on Titan has just become an absolute classic.
Oh, love me, mister. Oh, mister.
Yeah, man. This is some good shit. Kaguya-sama Love is War. This is a dumb show, right? Like, the premise is absolutely stupid and the characters are idiots. But it's so endearingly stupid. And the characters are such lovable idiots. And every situation they get themselves into is absolute gold. I was laughing with this series harder than any other show this year. Rewatched it a bunch. I find it endlessly entertaining. I know comedy's subjective. Not everyone's going to like this as much as I do. But I just thought it was so well done, very hilarious. And I think it could be pretty emotional at times. The finale really caught me off guard. And I'm really looking forward to seeing where this series goes. I know the manga is way ahead of the anime, but I am going to hold off for season 2, just because I enjoyed this adaptation so much. BStars is a show I wish I had seen, but obviously I couldn't because it's not legally available in English until March 13th. BStars is like Zootopia if Zootopia was on HBO. Of course, you got a high school full of animals, you know, funny shenanigans or whatever. But when you start to learn more about this animal society, the struggles of the carnivores versus the omnivores, gangs, the black markets, the pornography, all the crazy shit that goes down. Man, did this series blow me away. Legacy, despite being a wolf, is such a grounded and likable character. He has flaws and struggles like any normal human, and it's just so fascinating to follow him. His relationship with Haru and Lewis, like, oh man. Lewis is such a Chad. Like, he's definitely Chad of the year. The shit that goes down in the climax of this season blew my fucking mind. No pun intended. And of course, it's hard to talk about the series without mentioning the fantastic 3D animation. It's so rare that we get a 3D anime that looks this good. And it really proves that if you have talent and skill and a good schedule behind it, it shouldn't matter that your show is in 3D. It can still look amazing. I really don't think I can wait for season 2 of this one. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be jumping into the manga soon. But Jesus, was this a good first impression of BStars. So Mob is number 2. It's obvious what number 1 was, but I just want to say, until like an hour ago, Mob was going to be number 1. That's how goddamn good this show is. Mob Psycho 100 is the perfect blend of everything that is amazing about this medium. From its excellent story that can be very funny and comedic and also explore really deep and mature themes, to its excellent cast of memorable characters, to its stunning, imaginative, and off-the-wall action. It's just everything. It has absolutely everything you could ever want. This could be the only television show in existence, and I would be happy. And there's really not much else to say. It just gets the highest praise I can possibly give something. And if we do not get to season 3, I am actually going to eat my toes. Clowns who haven't read Mob Psycho be like, yeah, there's not enough content for season 3. There's only like 10 chapters left. There's actually 4 volumes left. Those last 10 chapters are like 100 pages each. There's definitely enough content for a final season. God, I hope it happens. This series is a damn masterpiece. Just go watch it. It's so good. Vinland Saga's story, the first arc, the prologue, is a masterpiece. Like, it's so well written, so well told. It does everything absolutely brilliantly. All the historical aspects, the politics of the world, all the big players, Askeladd, Thorkel, Canute. I cannot get over how great it is. And it sets the perfect groundwork for Thorfinn, my favorite manga protagonist ever. You might not understand why from this season, but goddamn you will soon. And all this stuff is brought to life through anime so well. For the most part, the animation is very high quality. A lot of sexy sakuga, some great fights and action scenes. Backgrounds are stunning. Oh man, the soundtrack is amazing. Some really great songs here. It's almost everything I ever wanted. But like I alluded to before, this was actually going to be number 2. And you're saying why? Isn't Vinland Saga your favorite manga of all time? Well, yeah, it is. And that's kind of why some of the aspects of this adaptation left me a bit disappointed. Mostly minor stuff. There were a few fight scenes that I don't think really looked all that great. Near like the 3/4 mark, the animation dipped a bit. I didn't like some of the like rearrangement of the timeline stuff. Honestly, all very trivial stuff. But you know, that's how I felt. And that's why I wasn't going to give it number 1. But if I'm being honest, I don't think I've ever had a more fun experience watching a show. This was something I'd only dreamed about for years. It's been like 5 years since I first read Vinland Saga. Ever since then, I just thought, how amazing would it be if it had a proper anime adaptation? And then we finally got one. Every single Sunday, I would get up, get breakfast, and then watch Vinland Saga. I'd be sitting there refreshing Amazon Prime, because their system is so fucky, and sometimes the episodes will come out early, sometimes they were late, but I would always be there as soon as the episode dropped, and I would consume it all, Hall. We'd pop onto the Vinland Saga Discord server, who are a bunch of great people, by the way, and we would just discuss the episodes. Most of the time just talking about how awesome, how amazing it is to finally see one of our favorite series just get a phenomenal adaptation. And even when we were disappointed with some things, even when there were times when the show didn't look great, we still had a fun time discussing it. We were making jokes and memes about it. And it went on for 6 months. 6 months of like Sundays being awesome. It was an experience that I don't think I'm really going to have again, at least not until season 2 is hopefully a thing. So yeah, that'll do it. Those were my top 10 anime of the year. Let me know what you guys thought of my choices. You can leave your choices down below. And also let me know what stuff you're looking forward to this year. If there's any good things airing this season, it'll probably be a few weeks before I make my winter 2020 video, and other stuff down the line that you're excited for. So with that, thank you all so much for watching. I'll be signing off now, but we do have some awards to go through, so stay tuned for that, and I will see you all very soon for a manga haul, because it's been several months, and we have a lot of stuff to discuss.